Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well and you had a really good new year. Ours was quiet. Happy New Year, by the way. I hope that 2023 is a good year for us all. But yes, hope you had a really nice new year. Ours was lovely. Again, just sat and read on Hogmanay. I went to bed at a normal time. We don't stay up. I just don't see the point. And then New Year's Day we just read, watched some TV, but that was it. It was a very, very quiet time, which was really, really nice. So yes, so that was good. I did do some work on sort of setting what was I going to set myself a goal this year for books to read, etc. My challenge, and I did. I've set myself a Goodreads challenge of 75, and I'm not going to hash to read that amount. If I read that amount, great. If I don't read that amount, I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to enjoy my reading, and so far I've had a really good start to the year. I've completed 3 books, so that's really good. But as I say, I'm just reading them one at a time, which is really, really nice. So the first book I started and finished, I actually started this in Hogmanay and finished it in the first, and I'm just counting it as my first read of 2023, was 12 Dates of Christmas by Charlee James. I really, really enjoyed this book. This was a fun. I gave this 4 out of 5. So, Grace is kind of, her dating life has not been brilliant, and she's bored. It's just not good. And she's not really looking for anybody. She would rather spend her time with her family and her friends. And when she was in her younger days, she wrote this book that was like sort of romantic dates at Christmas time, and it got published, but that's, she doesn't think very much else of it. She's out one day or one evening buying the gift for her younger sister, who's a lot younger than her, and she bumps into this man who is looking around bewildered in this toy store. And she's like, can I help you? What are you looking for? So he tells her, and she gets one of the gifts that he wants for him. And then she knows that probably in the back store there is maybe the other gift that he wants. And so the toy store clerk goes, oh, we've got 5 minutes to closing. She's like, yeah, and it won't take you 5 minutes to go to the back store, get it, and come back. So he begrudgingly does this. So the gentleman, whose name is Owen, gets the 2 gifts he needs, and as a thank you, he says, can I take you out for hot chocolate? So they go for hot chocolate, and he's like, what's your favourite flavour? And she's like, ooh, and she sort of, there's 4 different flavours. So what he does is he gets all of them, and he gets like sort of separate, and they can split the cup sort of there. So this is just lovely, and they get on really well. They spend time chatting and just enjoying each other's company. So he ends up asking her out, and she's like, yes, certainly. And he starts taking her on these beautiful dates. Like there was a horse-drawn sleigh ride, and various things. But she suddenly realizes that he's using the dates out of the book that she wrote like years ago. And Owen is not really that secure, and the reason he's using the book is that his last girlfriend threw it at him on her way out the door, going, you need help, you're really rubbish at dates. And he thinks by using these or adapting these that he'll win over Grace. Of course, things come to a head, and there's always the angst bit in it. But no, it was really well written. I really, really enjoyed it. I loved both Grace and Owen as characters. They were really good. I liked Grace's little sister. She was fun when she appeared in the book. She was really, really nice. But yeah, no, it was a really nice book, and this is my second Charlee James, and I will definitely be reading more of her books because I just think they're just so nicely written. So that kind of became my last Christmas book of the season, because I was ready for a change. And I've got one book that well, I've got 3 books for review this month. One is I think it's the 16th, and I decided to read that, and that is A Laird in London. It's a Harlequin historical. It's the second in a series. I'm not going to say very much about it because I'm on the blog tour for it. So on the 16th, come back and I'll tell you all about it, because I really, really enjoyed it. So once I had read that, I really wanted a sort of a change, and I thought, what am I going to go for? And I looked on, we've got big floor-to-ceiling bookshelves on our landing, and I thought, I'm in the mood for a mystery kind of thing. So I picked up Blood Will Tell by Dana Stabenow. This is book 6 of the Kate Shugak series. I've read books 1 and 2. But I decided I was going to pick up, we don't have 3 and 4 or 5, so I picked up 6. So Kate is living on the homestead, where she's happiest. It's in the middle of the Alaskan National Park, and she is really happy there. She has a dog called Mutt, who is half wolf, half husky, and she is more than happy. And one day she's out and about, but she sees a moose on her property, and she has a license for hunting this season. So she knows that if she kills the moose, that's her for the winter. Not only her, but her neighbours and friends will all be set for food, for meat for the winter. So she kills the moose, and she starts. The next day, she obviously leaves it to, or was it that day, her grandmother, Ekaterina Munin Shugak, arrives, and her grandmother helps her with skinning and everything and butchering the moose. So for 3 days straight they work together, and they work really, really well. And her grandmother stays with her, and Kate knows that there's something that her grandmother wants, but she's not sure what it is. And on the last day, the third day, once they've dealt with the moose, she's like, I'm going to the conference, and this is the conference that the Alaskan natives have, and in Anchorage, and her grandmother's like, I'd like you to come, there's various things happening, and that I want you to try and investigate, because Kate is a sort of private eye come detective, and Kate's not exactly thrilled to be going, but she says, yeah, okay, fine, I'll come. And it means that going to Anchorage, it means she gets to see her boyfriend, Jack, who is a police officer. And while she's in Anchorage, she meets up with family, she meets up with people that she knows within the Native American community. And various things are happening, and she does start to investigate and finds out things that put her life in danger. And she also, Jack's in a situation as well that she helps him out with. I really enjoyed it. I gave this 4 out of 5, and I'd forgotten how much I liked these books, and definitely want to be reading more of them, because I love Alaska as a setting. It's really, really good. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I think Dana Stabenow has a really good way of writing. I say I'm being very vague with this because I really don't want to give the plot away. But yes, so it was good. And then I thought, right, okay, I'm going to start one of the books for my sort of participation in the series about Series Challenge 2023. I read the first book, was it last year or the year before, and really, really enjoyed it. And I've got the majority of the books. I've only got one more to get, and I thought, yeah, I want to read one of those. So last night I started The Storm Sister by Lucinda Riley. This is the second book in the Seven Sisters series. So this book deals with sister number 2, and that's Ali. So far we have got to the part, obviously where her father has died and he's left the letter, etc. And she Ali is a professional yachtswoman, so she's about, you know, she is wondering whether or not to take part in a race that she's due to be taking part in. But she's decided that she will. But yeah, so that's kind of where I've got with this. But so yeah, page 84. But I know it's an absolute chunker, isn't it? It's over 800. It's 600 odd pages. But I think just sitting reading it, I will probably be through this in a week, if not more. If I get really caught up in the story, I will be through this by possibly the weekend. So yeah, so that's kind of my plans. So my plan is for this weekend, hopefully, to read this. But yeah, so that's kind of, you know, my reading plans for the weekend. What else is happening this weekend? There'll be rugby. The URC will be back in force again this weekend, as it has been the last two. So that's nice. I'll watch some rugby. I'm doing some colouring at the moment. I got a really nice colouring book from one of my friends for my Christmas, and I'm colouring that and I'm loving it. I have been sort of vlogging my way through it, so I will probably put up a colouring vlog at some point. But no, I am really enjoying it. So, you know, it's just so nice to sit down for an hour and just sort of gently colour. It's lovely. But apart from that, I have got no other major plans for the weekend. All the Christmas stuff came down yesterday. If you're wondering why there's a gap up, yeah, she says go that way, Fiona, up there. Then yeah, one of the picture frames, the 2 command strips on it came off, and I've been sticking them on with sellotape for the last kind of year. So I really think I need to go and get some new command strips. I mean, the frames I've been using them for over 6 years, so you know, the frames have done me well, and you know, but I think I need to put new command strips on them. But that'll be done. It's kind of not something that I am going, oh, I've got to do. As I say, yeah, all the Christmas stuff came out. I have decided I'm keeping my fairy lights around my bookshelf up. They'll become like autumn winter decor, so they're staying up for the whole of the winter. But yeah, that's kind of the start of my first week of 2023, and it's been nice. It has been nice. Just a very gentle start to the year, which was lovely. So please let me know down in the comments, what have you been reading this week? Have you got any reading goals for 2023? How's the first week of 2023 treated you? Have you had a nice week? And yeah, what are your plans for the weekend, and what are you going to be reading? But until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading. Bye.